The richest man was immediately drawn to the sign in front of the child, so he walked over, curiously asking the child why he needed a toolbox. The child explained that he wanted to make money by fixing phones. The richest man never expected that such a young kid could actually fix phones. He asked the child how much the toolbox cost. The child replied seriously, $80. However, the richest man pretended to be dissatisfied with the price and turned to leave. Unexpectedly, the child hurriedly called him back. He explained that he had visited 6 wholesale markets and $80 was already the lowest price in the market. He also mentioned that he had saved $30, and if the richest man gave him $50, he would become his business partner. It was this statement that moved the richest man. He smiled and took out $50, saying from now on, they were business partners, but with conditions. He had to pay back the money within 2 days, and also add an extra interest. Plus, the repair results had to be inspected by him. The child agreed without hesitation, but he had no idea that this decision by the richest man would bring him endless wealth. 2 days later, the toolbox was filled with phones waiting for repair. The child, holding $51, eagerly awaited his partner to inspect his work, but by nightfall, the richest man hadn't shown up. The child silently swore in his heart that one day, he would find this partner and personally repay the money. 15 years passed in the blink of an eye. Now, the richest man found himself in a crisis. The company's funds mysteriously disappeared, and workers were crowding outside demanding their pay. The chairman was at a loss. At this moment, his 3 adopted children entered his office. The richest man was initially relieved, thinking the kids had come to help him through the tough time. But the next second, one of the adopted sons arrogantly said, if he handed over the company, they would help fill the financial gap. The richest man immediately realized that the money in the company accounts had been moved by these ungrateful adopted children. The company had become a shell, and the workers' protests were getting worse. The adopted son, thinking he had everything under control, carelessly turned and left. The richest man had no choice but to face the workers alone. As soon as he stepped out the door, a brick thrown by the workers hit him, but he gritted his teeth and endured the pain, telling his secretary that he was fine. He even defended the workers, saying that it was understandable that they were angry about unpaid wages. Then he asked the secretary to help him sit at the desk, and knelt in front of the workers, begging them for some time. He would find a way to pay the money. This humble sincerity moved all the workers present. The crowd gradually dispersed. The richest man then instructed his secretary to immediately sell all his assets and ensure that the workers were paid in full. He then went to see his mother, telling her he urgently needed money and wanted to borrow her surgery funds temporarily. His mother didn't ask any further. She simply said that she was old, and whether she received treatment or not didn't matter. But the workers' wages couldn't be delayed. Her words made him feel so guilty that he couldn't even speak. At that moment, the secretary called with an update, saying that even after mortgaging all the richest man's assets, there was only $300,000, but there was still a $600,000 gap. The richest man immediately said he would find a way to make up for the difference. So, he clung to his last hope and sought help from an old classmate. But little did he know that this old classmate was the very one responsible for his downfall.